Hello and welcome to my Game Week 27 Premier League predictions. 11 game weeks to go till the end of the season. The season has flew by in the Premier League as it has done with all the other leagues. No 12:30 game today. That is on at 8 o'clock with Manchester City taking on Newcastle. A lot of the games on tomorrow as well at 2 o'clock too. So yeah, let's just dive straight into my Game Week 27 Prem predictions. Up first is Aston Villa taking on Leeds United, then at Villa Park here. Villa did lose at home to Newcastle in the FA Cup last weekend, didn't they? Michael Bissot, the culprit in that one, losing Villa the game pretty much. Leeds did come through against Villa's rivals, Birmingham, of course. On a penalty shootout win in that one. Probably lucky not to lose that game. Were Leeds in that one. Villa did win last time. Did play in the Premier League. Was a 1-0 home win over Brighton. Chelsea did draw with Leeds in there as well. Earlier in the season, Villa won this fixture by 2-1. 6 wins for Villa, 5 draws, 3 wins for Leeds. It's another trip to Birmingham for Leeds fans. They'll be looking to win this one this time around. Third Villa sit, 15th sit Leeds, 20 points to separate these two sides in the table. Unai Emery is unbeaten 18 Premier League matches against promoted sides. Villa unbeaten in their last 7 meetings with Leeds as well. That's why I'm going to go for a 3-1 home Aston Villa win over Leeds United in this one. 3-1 Villa win over Leeds here. And yeah, good win for Unai Emery's team. Brentford versus Brighton at 3 p.m. as well. Brighton, I think if they lose this, I think Hurts out the door, but I say that every game. And he's still being kept in charge by the Brighton hierarchy. Brentford did win this by 1-0 over Macclesfield last time out. They unbeaten in their last 4. They beat Villa, they beat Newcastle, they drew with Arsenal in there as well. They've been on some decent form, have Brentford. Brighton did beat them earlier in the season by 2-1. 6 wins for Brentford, 5 draws, 9 wins for Brighton on this one. Brentford will be looking to win this one as they're at home as well against a Brighton team that are in god-awful form. I'm going to go back Brentford win in this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 home Brentford win. I think Brighton just look absolutely dreadful at the moment, don't they? And taking on a Brentford team in good form. So, 3-1 to Brentford over Brighton. Chelsea versus Burnley is next. Chelsea, need to win this, I think. Burnley did beat Palace in their last Premier League game, but then they did lose at home to Mansfield, which was a bit of a bummer for them. Chelsea won 4-0 against Hull in the FA Cup. They did drop points at home to Leeds before that. Still very much in the top 4 race or top 5 race, whatever, sitting 5th at the moment, a point behind Manchester United, 5 points off Villa. They're still very much in the race, and they haven't really... They have changed manager in that time as well. Earlier in the season, Chelsea won this fixture by 2-0. 11 wins for Chelsea, 5 draws, 1 win for Burnley, and that was all the way back in 2017. Chelsea went down to 9 men that day. I still remember that game. I think it was a massive shock that Jose was in charge and all that. Could be wrong though. I know it might have been Antonio Conte actually. 7 of Burnley's 8 Premier League points against Chelsea came at Stamford Bridge. Burnley have worse expected goals. Who cares about that? Cole Palmer has 14 goals involved in 12 Premier League starts. Chelsea are going to win this. I'm going to go for a 3-0 home Chelsea win. I think this will be quite a comfortable win for Liam Rosenior's side in this one. And quite a comfortable win over Burnley in this one by 3-0. 5:30 kickoff, and this is a great game to watch at 5:30. Not West Ham taking on Bournemouth. The empty London Stadium will be back in full force, although they have been winning recently, so it might pick up a bit in attendance. Only lost in the last 5 came away at Chelsea, which I think they played quite well, apart from the second half that just fell apart. Bournemouth did beat Everton last time out. That was in the Premier League because Bournemouth weren't in any cup action, and neither were Everton. 1-1 draw between Bournemouth and Villa. Before that, West Ham beat Burton in the cup, as we know. West Ham did draw at home to United before that. Head-to-heads look like this 2-2 draw between Bournemouth and West Ham on the 22nd of November earlier in the season. 8 wins for West Ham, 8 draws, 5 wins for Bournemouth. I'm going to back a Bournemouth win. I think Bournemouth might win this one. I've just got a sneaky feeling. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 away Bournemouth victory in this one. Yeah, I think West Ham will be back to losing in this one and Bournemouth back to winning ways, or, well, keep their winning run going at the moment by 2-1 over the Hammers in this one. Man City versus Newcastle then here at the Etihad. City 4 wins on the trot for them, beating in all competitions, beating Newcastle, Liverpool, Fulham, Salford, one of those in the EFL Cup and one of those in the FA Cup. Newcastle thrashing Karabag in the week by 6-1. Will that have any effect on the game tonight? They do play each other in the FA Cup on the 7th of March. That's also an 8 p.m. kickoff at St James's Park. 3-1 win for Villa. Man City last time they played Newcastle. City did also beat them there, and Newcastle did beat them earlier in the season in the Premier League. 28 wins for City, 4 draws, 4 wins for Newcastle. Mental. City almost have 30 wins in this fixture. They'll be looking to take it to 30 in the next month or so as they play them tonight and in the FA Cup as well. City will win this. Newcastle, I just don't rate when they go to the Etihad. We could go for a 2-0 Man City win in this one over Eddie Howe's Newcastle, as I think City always beat Newcastle at their place. So, yeah, 2-0 City here. Sunday afternoon's games, we've got Crystal Palace taking on Wolves up first. Yeah, Palace at Selhurst Park. I mean, they've been really, really struggling. They drew in the Conference League Thursday night. I wouldn't be surprised if they even lost this to Wolves. If they do lose this, Glaston's out the door, I am convinced. Wolves, brilliant fight back for them in the week against Arsenal. They did beat Grimsby in the FA Cup on the weekend before that. 2-0 away win for Palace over Wolves on the 22nd of November. And then Palace did beat Wolves on 4-2 on the 20th of May. 12 wins for Palace, 2 draws, 5 wins for Wolves. On the head-to-head records itself, Palace sit 13th in the table, Wolves sit 20th on 10 points. They just need 2 more to reach that 11-point mark of Derby County's all way back when, but I'm sure they want to break that 11 points and get another couple on the board. Palace, do they win this? No, I don't think they do. I'm going to back a 0-0 draw here between the two sides. I think this could be quite a boring game, to be honest. Palace look dreadful at the moment, can't beat some Farmers in the Conference League, so there's problems there. So yeah, 0-0 between Palace and Wolves in this one, as not a lot. I don't see Palace winning this one, and Glasgow could be out the door if there's a draw or a loss here. Forest Liverpool main game on Sunday afternoon, and I'm forgetting that there's no Sean Dyche in the dugout. He has been sacked. Vitor Pereira got a big win over Fenerbahce in the week, didn't he, for Nottingham Forest. Liverpool 4 wins out of the last 5, any defeat coming at home to Manchester City. Yeah, earlier in the season, this was a 3-0 away win for Forest. I think it was one of Sean Dyche's first games back in charge, back in charge in a new job, of course, but now he's out the job. 3 wins for Forest, 1 draw, 4 wins for Liverpool. Yeah, Forest keep changing managers like the weather at the moment. It's a bit of an issue. They need to be sorting that out. Forest 3 points away from the drop. They lose this, they could slump into the drop zone if West Ham win. I think that's going to be a 2-goal swing either way, 3-goal swing, whatever. Vitor Pereira's Forest are doing very, very well. Last time Forest did play Liverpool on a new manager bounce, we all know what happened. I'm actually going to back Forest to win this at home against Liverpool. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Forest home win in this one over Liverpool. You can probably see why, because Liverpool don't look good this season. And yeah, I think Forest are just new manager bouncing and all that under Vitor Pereira. So yeah, 1-0 Forest over Liverpool. Sunderland versus Fulham is the final game on at 2 p.m. on Sky this week. And they take on a Fulham side who have kind of underachieved this season, or been around where they usually are. They're sitting 12th at the moment. They did start poorly, didn't they, Fulham, and then they did pick up a bit. They take on a Sunderland side who have slumped slightly down the table, 11th still. Unbeaten. No, they're not unbeaten at Stadium of Light now. They lost to Liverpool, didn't they? That was a massive, massive result for Liverpool there. Fulham did win this game earlier in the season, courtesy of a Raul Jimenez late header. 4 wins for Sunderland, 5 draws, 6 wins for Fulham. Reggie Labrie needs to, well, they don't need to win, but they have lost 2 on the bounce in the Premier League, despite it being to Arsenal and Liverpool. They did beat Oxford in the Cup last weekend. Fulham should maybe get something here. They did beat Stoke in the FA Cup. They did have 3 losses on the trot before that. I'm actually going to sit on the fence for this game. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between the sides here. I think, yeah, scrappy 1-1 between Sunderland and Fulham here. Don't see a lot separating them. 11th versus 12th in the Prem, as well as, yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot separating them. 1-1 here. Tottenham versus Arsenal in the North London derby, then at 4:30, Igor Tudor's first game in charge of Spurs. Spurs will be looking to win this after 2 back-to-back defeats to United and Newcastle. Arsenal did draw away at Wolves. Are they battling the league? We'll have to see in this game, I think. 4-1 win for Arsenal over Spurs on the 23rd of November, earlier in the season. 12 wins for Spurs, 8 draws, 17 wins for Arsenal. Last time they played at Tottenham was a 1-0 away win for Arsenal. Difficult to call. First, Arsenal sit at the moment 16th. Tottenham, Tottenham in a bit of a relegation battle if they probably did lose this game, but they're taking on their local rivals in Arsenal. In this one, I think Arsenal will get over the line. I think it'll be quite a comfortable win in this one for Arsenal. They should get over the line against the Tottenham side that have just sacked Thomas Frank as well. First game in charge for Igor Tudor. Depends how they set up in the Premier League, and he's done crap at his previous job, so there's no reason to think that Spurs can't get relegated this season. Arsenal will win this. I'm going to go for a simple 2-0 away win for Mikel Arteta's men in this one. I think it'll be quite a routine win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and there'll be boos already for Igor Tudor as it's his first game in charge of Tottenham. So, 2-0 to Arsenal here. Monday night has us at Everton versus Man United at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton will be looking to bounce back from last week's game against Bournemouth, or the week before, or whenever it was played. I think was it played last Saturday? I'm not sure when it was played. Or was it played in the week? 10th of Feb. No, ages ago. It was a midweek game. Anyway, they did lose it at home to Bournemouth on that one. United dropping points away at West Ham. Didn't get the guy a haircut, which is sad to see. But that's the least of United's concerns at the moment. They did lose at home to Everton. Last time they did play earlier in the season was 1-0 away win for Everton. I think Everton were down to 10 men in that game. 7 wins for Everton, 11 draws, 19 wins for Manchester United. United haven't beaten Everton in 3 head-to-head games. United unbeaten in the last 5, scoring 11 goals in there, and they're unbeaten. I think this will be a difficult game for United. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between these two. I think this will be quite a cagey game. I don't think, well, you never know, United could turn up and win this, but Everton at home are usually quite good, whether that's at Hill Dickinson or whether it was at Goodison last season. I still think Everton will be quite strong at home, and that is why I'm backing a 1-1 draw between Everton and United in this one. Thank you very much for watching my Game Week 27 Premier League predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Do all of that good stuff. Hit the notification bell while you're at it as well. I'll speak to you on the next one. If I review Monday, you know the drill by now. And thank you all for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one.